Okay, let's unpack this. We usually talk about what happens on the rugby pitch, the big tackles and the strategy. But today we're looking at what's going on inside the players. We're doing a deep dive into testosterone blood testing.
It's a really fascinating area. We're working with some great info from Blood Test UK for this.
And the mission is to make it super simple, right?
To show how these tests are not just about, catching cheaters. They're actually key for keeping players safe and helping them recover.
Right, because I think most of us, when we hear blood testing in sports, our minds just jump straight to doping.
That's the first thought, isn't it? And look, that's still a huge part of it. Keeping the sport honest is the top priority.
And you've got the big groups like UK Sport and the RFU making sure everyone plays by the rules.
Exactly. They oversee all of this to make sure the game is fair. No one getting an unfair boost.
But looking at the stuff from Blood Test UK, it seems like there's another story here. It's not just about policing the sport anymore.
It's really not. This is where it gets really interesting for the players themselves. Think of testosterone levels as like a little warning light in your body.
A warning light? How so?
Well, if a player's training way too hard, their levels can actually drop. It's their body saying, hey, slow down.
So it's more than just a pass or fail test. It's data for how hard their body is working.
Precisely. It helps the team's doctors see if someone's pushing into the red zone. Good levels are so important for muscles to fix themselves after a tough game.
So you can actually use it to prevent injuries before they happen.
You can. And it's also about energy. If your levels are consistently low, you're going to feel tired, your form gets sloppy, and that's when injuries happen.
So it helps players stay in the game longer.
For sure. It's about career longevity.
Okay, now this is the part from the source material that I found really surprising. We think of blood tests as being, a solid number.
Like it's black and white.
Yeah. But the weather can actually change the result.
It can. It's a bit wild, isn't it? The info from Blood Test UK really highlights this. Extreme heat or extreme cold can mess with the numbers.
Why? Is it just about being too hot or too cold?
It's mostly about how your body reacts. In the heat, you can get dehydrated. That makes your blood a bit thicker, and the test might show higher levels than are actually there.
And in the cold?
The cold puts a different kind of stress on your body, and that can change how your hormones are released. So a test in sunny London might look totally different from one on a freezing day up north.
Wow. And that brings up another problem, doesn't it? Location. Some players live way out in the country.
That's a huge challenge. I mean, if a player has to drive for 2 hours to get to a clinic, there's stress from the travel, and that can affect the test results too.
I saw Blood Test UK had a really smart idea for that.
The mobile testing vans.
Yeah, bringing the lab to the player.
It's a game changer. You take out all that travel stress. The sample you get is much closer to their true resting state. It's just cleaner data.
And speaking of their resting state, getting ready for the test is actually pretty simple. It's just eating well and resting.
Pretty much. The whole idea is to get rid of any noise in the data. So no big hard workouts right before the test.
Because that would give you a false reading, right?
Exactly. You'd get their post-workout numbers, not their how am I doing overall numbers. This is about their long-term health.
It really changes how you see all this. It's less like they're being watched and more like they're being looked after.
That's the goal. And Blood Test UK really points out that when players trust the system and know their information is private, they actually use the data to get better.
It's a win-win. Fair play and healthier players.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, so here's a final thought to leave you with. We just talked about how something as simple as the air temperature can change the numbers in your blood. It just makes you wonder, if that can change our bodies so much, what other invisible things all around us are changing how we work on the inside right now without us even realizing it?
That is a very big question.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive. See you next time.